pages, our 2 covers, and binder clips holding everything together. We've drilled the holes with a drill. You're going to need your string, an embroidery needle. Metal is preferred because you do tug on it quite a bit and it can break, and a pair of pliers. Doesn't matter what kind of pliers, just one that you can really grip and use to pull your needle through. Some of these holes get really tight after you get the string through them 3 or 4 times. Okay, so let's start. So we are going to start the binding in hole letter C. So we have A, B, C, D, and then hole number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the inside holes are the letters and the outside holes are the numbers. So we're going to start by going up through hole letter C. And pull through, and I'm actually going to tie a little knot here to prevent it from going through, so that way we don't pull it all the way through. So we come up through hole number C. We're going to wrap the string around the spine and then go back up through hole letter C. Okay, so now we have a loop around our spine. Okay, and then next we're going to go up towards the top of our book. We're going to go down through hole letter B. So we've come out the bottom, and then again we're going to wrap around the spine and go back down through hole letter B. So it's like we're making a backwards C. Okay. Pull tight. So now you have 3 strings. 1, 2, 3, looped over the spine, and then you should have 2 on the back side. Okay, so we've gone back down through hole letter B. Now we are going to go up through hole letter A. Wrapping around the spine and then coming back up through hole letter A. Pull nice and tight. And now we are going to start to square off our binding. So we're going to wrap our string over the top part of our book and then come back up through hole letter A. You may need to use your pliers to pull this one through because now we've got 2 strings, depending on how big your holes are. For a binding like this, I would recommend you drill your holes a little bit larger, and it'll just make life easier while you are threading your needle through your binding. Okay, so we've looped around the top, come back up through hole letter A. Now we're going down hole number 1. And then you are going to come back around the spine of the book and go back down through hole number 1. Okay, so you see we're starting to make that leaf pattern here. Okay, now coming back from underneath your book, wrapping your string around the top part of your book, you're going to wrap around the top and then come back down through hole number 1. Now this, you're definitely going to need your pliers to help pull through because now we've got 3 strings coming through here. So just use your pliers to help get that needle through, and then the string should go through just fine. Okay, so there's our first hemp leaf pattern. Now we are going to take our string on the bottom and go up through hole letter A. And you're definitely going to need your pliers for this one. string out on that one. Pull all the way through. Now we are going to go down through whole letter B. We are going to go up through whole letter C. So that's the one we started in. Use my pliers. We came up through whole letter C, and now we're going down through whole letter D. Now we're going to work the bottom half of the book. So we've gone down through whole letter D. We're going to take our tail, wrap it around the spine of the book, and then go back down through whole letter D. Okay, so now you should have another little loop around the spine. We're going to loop around the bottom of the book, and then again go back down through whole letter D. And then we are going to come up through hole number 5, looping around the spine of the book, and then coming back up through hole number 5. Okay. Now you're going to come down the bottom of the book and then go back up through hole number 5. Definitely going to need the pliers for this one. And finish this leaf pattern on the bottom, back down through hole letter D, and then using our pliers, we're going to pull that needle through. And then you should have your second leaf pattern. So we have one at the top and we have one down at the bottom. Okay. Okay, so now that we've gone back down through whole letter D, we are going to come up through whole letter C. Up through whole letter C, down through hole number 4. So we're going to start the next section. Down through hole number 4, wrapping around the spine of the book, going back down through hole number 4. Pulling our string nice and tight. We're going to go back up through whole letter D. This one's real tight because it is now got 5 pieces of string in it. So we just came back up through whole letter D, and then we are going to go down hole number 4, down through hole number 4, pull it nice and tight. And we're going to come up through hole letter C. We're getting close to the end here. Now we're going to go down through hole number 3, wrapping around the spine then going back down through hole number 3, coming up through hole letter B, coming up through hole letter B, and then going down through hole number 2, wrapping around, then going back down through hole number 2, then going up through hole letter A. Oh, so this one's going to be kind of tight because it's now got 5 pieces of string through it, so definitely going to be using the pliers for this one. Okay, so we came back up through hole letter A, and then we are going to go down through hole number 2. Down through hole number 2. There we go. Then we're going to go up through hole letter B. Went up through hole letter B. Now we're going to go down through hole number 3. And then finally, then we're going to untie our knot, take the 2 strands that we have, tie a knot, and you want to try and tie the knot close to the hole. Actually, I'm going to try and tie it close to this hole so I can try and shove it into the hole when we're done tying. And if you can get that knot kind of pushed into the hole, it will just disappear. Take our clips off, our pages together, and here we go. Now you have your hemp leaf spine. So do you see how we see it kind of looks like the lines that you see in leaves wrapped around our spine beautifully, and then also on the back. That I kind of mixed it in. There's some drawing paper in here, there's watercolor paper in here, there's some colored paper in here, so I can use an array of materials when creating my artwork in my